So Carl, we've been following your truck for the last what, 2,500 kilometres. All of us have been a little bit envious of what you've got on here. But I hear you're changing things again for your next part of the trip. So tell us why and what you're doing.
Yeah, that's right. So I tend to adapt the vehicle and how I've got it loaded, depending on what I'm doing, where I'm going, who I'm going with, distance, all those sort of things, conditions. So for this trip, I've got my rooftop tent set fairly low anyway, and I also have, so for example, if I'm doing some really rough tracks, sort of technical stuff, and I might just have my swag and I won't have this at all, I'll have it set lower again, and perhaps another spare, so I've got a spare under here and another spare on the back there, so kind of set it up differently depending on where I am. So for this trip, I had some spare jerry cans. I knew Hillboy had his already filled up. I didn't want to carry that extra weight. But now we're going to be leaving. I'm going to be heading further up north. I'm going to be filling those tanks up because I've got some distances to go without fuel. But I'm keen to keep that weight low, so I'll be taking those tanks out and putting them in here so they're a bit lower down. Keep that centre of gravity low. Which is important when you're driving.
Yeah, especially on rough tracks and stuff like that, because obviously weight up high is going to be the last thing you want. So whereabouts are you heading? You said you're going up north?
Yeah, sure. So I'm going to head to the Gulf of Carpentera, do a bit of fishing there, which would be nice, and then ultimately make my way up towards Penzance and do the tip of Cape York, and then on the way back I'll probably slip in some gnarly tracks like Frenchman's and the Telegraph Trail and Old Coach Road, Greb, those sort of things.
So obviously you're changing your fuel tanks around. What else are you looking at changing around quickly on this for this next leg?
Yeah, so I will be moving my recovery tracks.
Yeah.
I'll be taking those out. Again, good in convoy. All you guys had your stuff ready to hand. I could put it inside, keep everything tidy. But I'm going to be on my own. I'll need ready access to those, so I'm going to be taking those off, and I'll just be bolting them onto the side here. So when you're stuck, the last thing you want to do is start taking things out to get things. So it'll be easy access.
Okay. So you're heading up on your own, obviously. A lot of people don't recommend, especially going up in those remote tracks on your own. What precautions are you taking?
I think the main precaution, the thing that people need to think about when they're travelling on their own is to change their driving style. So that, if you're in convoy, you tend to be very confident that there's someone there to help you if you get into trouble. When you're on your own, you don't have that option. So if you've got something you're not sure of at all, you're not confident about, or it's a 50-50 call, just don't do it. So avoid the problem to start with. But then, even with the best will in the world, you can get bogged down and that sort of thing. So just make sure you've got the right recovery gear, again, readily to hand. And also that you've got, if you can't get yourself out, that you've got good comms gear.
I guess it's knowing how to use the recovery gear as well.
Oh,
you can have all the recovery gear in the world, but if you don't know how to use it, you might as well not have it.
Oh, absolutely. And I would recommend, even the basic things, like if you get a flat and you've got a high-lift jack. High-lift jacks can be, potentially, if you don't know how to use them, could be quite dangerous. So, have a go at changing a wheel in your driveway when you're not stressed. There's no panic and no urgency around what you're doing. Just have a practice with that gear before you need to use that in earnest.
Yeah, perfect. All right, well that's fantastic. Thank you, Carl.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.